Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well and that you're remembering what an amazing divine being you are. I just woke up, had some coffee, and I'm going to try to start doing a message that's also for me, like my message, along with the collective that I'm sharing this message with, because the messages do come through me. So I mean, we're all one big collective, but there are a collective of people who are experiencing certain patterns and healing certain things. There are a lot of patterns out there right now that people are seeing. A lot of contradictions that are being exposed, and it's a pretty wild time. So, I include myself in these readings. I mean, I give insight, of course, obviously from my own experiences in my past videos, but this one, it's like we're actually just sitting down together and having a big reading for everybody. So, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It may not be the whole message. You may just get a little piece, or maybe something reminds you of something else that maybe you've seen somewhere, and then you can pass on a message. Or synchronicities are pretty awesome. I love synchronicities. I love serendipitous synchronicities. Yes, those are the best. Anyways, let's get started. Show us a message you would like us to see today. Spirit, show us a message that you would like us to see. Whatever message you would like us to see, this collective that is watching. We have the Nine of Swords. That's a lot of this. This is like a super overthinking, like overstimulated overthinking, like, why am I still thinking about this, right? And we know the Eight of Swords is binding yourself up in these thoughts. So at this point, it's like a weight. And then we know what the Ten of Swords is. It's like, that's done, right? So there's still a lot of this going on. And it's to be expected. And I don't think it's, I think people, Seven of Swords is underneath. Yeah, there's still some, so Seven of Swords, let's talk about this. I do see how it could be stealing, right? It's almost like this person's taking off, because some of the decks do show that, but this card could also be about, I guess it really depends on what timeline or story you're in. Because if you're talking about the story that's this, then there's something being hidden. Maybe you're hiding it from yourself. Because the other thing I was going to say about this card, it does sometimes feel like this person is like, you know what, I have to clean out, I have to like balance myself out, or I have to help myself, and I'm not taking all the swords, or I'm cleaning house and leaving the two swords. So it really depends on the energy, but here it definitely feels like there's still something that maybe you're trying to get to, or leaving, or not looking at. You're focusing on, maybe you need to focus on the actual point of it, not all the thoughts that come up around it, trying to keep you from thinking about it. Yeah, that's heavy. I mean, I know I've been going through a lot of pattern recognition within myself and seeing how I react to things and feel about things, and I can get caught up and overwhelmed by not just my energy, but everybody's. Like, I can feel things a lot more too. By getting out of your head. Yeah, if you get out of your head and you take out the trash, right? You know those, what I mean, the thoughts that seem important, like you've held on to them, but really, what have they done for you? Like, for real. Yes, they were part of a lesson. So allow them to be part of the lesson, and then you let go, right? You get the lesson and you move on. And the thing is maybe there's a lot of things that need to happen, and we're allowing ourselves to sit in too many of them at once. We just need to sit in one. Yeah, because it gets very burdensome. So burdensome. It's like all these projects, right? All these, because the ones are creativity, right? It's that spark. So all these burdens of these thoughts too. It's like they're taking up space, like data centers. I was thinking about this earlier, right? There's just this contradiction that's happening right now with all this pattern recognition, right? All these cameras get put out. Oh, and then sure enough, people are using them for nefarious means. As if they are looking at all these cameras and not thinking about the fact that the cameras are also looking at them, right? People wanting to, or big companies wanting to save this data, but then not expecting all that saved data, that energy of storing all this data isn't going to also show their own patterns. So, yes, this is also very much that, because I was thinking about that earlier. Not that much earlier ago. I haven't been up that long. There's a lot of pattern recognition going on, and we're going to leave it at that because it's heavy, and it would take so long to talk about it. And you all know, you're all seeing patterns, otherwise you wouldn't be watching tarot readers, right? Because we feel things, we think of things that, and we're not trying to use it against anybody. I'm trying to see the truth, and the most important part is to see the truth of yourself. How is this carrying burdens on you, right? It's not something you have to fix. You can't fix what has happened in the past. Those are moments of energy. It's already done. You can transmute, though. You can transmute it. I wonder what's underneath for this. Justice. Right? And the moon. Yes, so there's like, there's some justice happening. It's emerging, right? The moon to me is emerging. It's emerging secrets, emerging inner self, emerging truth. It's emerging truth, because justice is about truth. It's balancing. It's balancing truths. It's balancing truths, because, we all have our truths, and they're not necessarily world-changing things that are just ours. This is the truth about me. This is how I feel about it. This is what I think about it. This is what I like. This is what I like doing. This is what I love doing. And that's the truth for you. Not everybody likes doing the same things. And that's okay. That's what makes this world so interesting. So if you're balancing your truths with the ones emerging, it doesn't have to be a burden anymore, right? And this is a heavy, intense, energy, this Nine of Swords, Ten of Wands. My goodness. Okay. Another message for the collective today. I like this deck, by the way. I bought this deck from astrologyanswers.com. And I haven't used it very much because I really love the Morgan Greers so much. That was my first deck. That deck was my first deck. Oops. And this deck, though, I feel like that I had to let that one rest because it was getting sticky. You know what I mean? It's like there was so much depth that I've looked at with that deck. this deck I haven't used as much, and it's nice and slippery and new, and the answers are coming out very clear. And so I decided to change it up, and because I'm talking about so much. Okay, I do feel like the Five of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. And the Eight of Wands. So much swords here. The fives, all these seemingly negative. And I say negative because they're like catalytical, right? The uneven one, the odd numbers tend to feel like cataclysm. I'm gonna drink your coffee. Cataclysms. So you know what I'm saying. 5 is a change. It's right in the middle of 1 through 10, right on the numberology thing. So 5 change, right? It's when you see the change happening, right? The 4 is built up to it, but the 5 is when it's happening, and it's an energy that has to change. This is about one-upping. Simply, it's one-upping. It's like there was a battle. Picking up the spoils also is another energy this one always gave to me. So there's been a battle. Obviously, there's swords everywhere. There's people kind of like not happy. This person is just kind of standing here over all these swords. He's just picking them up. He's taking them because it's like gloating almost, right? Like my thoughts are better than your thoughts. God, you know what happens when you keep doing that? You have so many thoughts that are so much better than everybody. You're just like, but they're not really that bad. They're great. There's so many. So, anyways, 6 of Pentacles. Very grounding, balanced energy, because it's about learning how to give and take, give and receive. Give and receive. This is kind of like taking, right? Taking thoughts of others. And you notice down here in the 7, there's like 5 swords that he's taken out. It's those 5 swords there, because there's only 2 that really matter. Okay, I was doing a tangent thought about data centers. They hold data. Thoughts are data. They're energy. Thoughts are energy. So, yeah, it's getting overloaded. It's nice having, my phone keeps telling me it's storage is full. And I knew when I bought it, it wasn't as big of a storage, but I hadn't really had that issue before. And then, you know, like your emails, like, oh, buy this amount of data stored. And then your OneDrive is like, is that what it's called? Anyways, where all the data is kept through the Google, through Gmail, and all of these things that keep telling you need more storage. No, I don't. I need to let go of some stuff, right? Some data. Some of that stuff, or I need to, yeah, it's always available. It's always out there. I keep adding more information. Honestly, you went with the point. 7 of Cups is interesting, because we have access to any answer we need directly from source. Directly, right? Just tap in and ask the question, and your answer's there. We have a lot of blocks. right? We have a lot of blocks. We think, and we have to store all this information. We have to keep repeating all these things. We have to get it down and, you know, do the work. And yes, a lot of the ways that Source shares energy and answers is through doing. We're experiencing because we're learning new. But the answers that have already been answered are there. We do create more questions to get more answers. But the answers are there. Always. Anything you want. I know the 7 of Cups is a little different than one. I'm just saying, but that's what it's totally giving off right now. What was underneath that one? 4 of Wands. Your foundation. Oh yes. And the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Pentacles. And strength. That's what's underneath. And you rest on that. And you feel it. You feel it. It is yours. It is already there. Command it. Yes, command it. Our foundation has been built on the answers that we've already asked the questions of. Those answers are there. They're always available to us. We just need to allow the answers to come in. Stop for a minute and allow them to come in. This Queen energy, right? The strength. That's who you are. That's what you've learned. That's who you've become. That's the foundation that you're working on. The strength. I mean, that's what all of this is giving you, right? That is the answer. It's giving you strength. It's giving you knowledge. It's giving you sight. You can see things, right? You can see patterns. I can see patterns. I see patterns all the time. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. And sometimes, though, it's like I'm watching a movie. It's like it's like I'm just sitting back and watching the movie and being like, yeah, I think I know what's coming. It doesn't scare me, really. I see it in other people. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have moments of these impulsive worries. But I've learned to just sit with them and look at them the way they are. And process them. Sometimes it takes a bit. Sometimes I wait to take care of it later. But still, I don't feel fear. That is one thing. There's things that come up like sadness and anger, just like frustration, of like old patterns, old judgment thoughts, right? Associations. And it feels like fear, but it's really more about loss. Like losing a part of yourself, right? If we erase all those pictures and get rid of all this things we've written down, or for me, screenshot it. I screenshot so many things that I find interesting, and they're just lost in there. They're not. Maybe this is the data on my phone going, hello, what are you gonna do with me, right? So what are you doing with all that information? Do you need it all? Do you need it all the way it is? Because it's a little overwhelming, right? Take what comes in, sort it out, let it go. Because I mean, you only have 2 hands. Right? You can only do right now. And you can only do what's inside. There's definitely some wounded warrior energy that I especially was feeling a few months ago. Whew. And the Taurus, Chiron is going in Taurus, or is in Taurus, which is about self-worth. Anyways, I think I have talked long enough. I hope that helped. Kind of have this idea of leaving these and coming back and doing an update. We're gonna see how I feel at the end of the day. I'm usually pretty tired because I work in a wellness department at a co-op, and I speak with a lot of people about things that are going on in their body, and I really love helping people, but it can be draining, but I enjoy it and I love it. And when I get home, I kind of space out, and sometimes some of these other things that are going on are here, and I have to sort those out. Some of these thoughts, right, just start racing then, because when I'm helping people, I'm totally in them. I'm totally in there with them, holding space for them, and I'm learning from them, and they are learning from me, and it's really fun, and it's creative. Then when I'm unwinding, realizing how much energy I've used, my thoughts get a little racy, and I start associating patterns and actions with feeling of old stuff, right? All right. Well, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you remember that you are an amazing divine being, and you are loved, and you are loved.